And hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. So today I have my good friends Rashad with me. I have Christopher Minori with me. I have Don with me. We're here to review the season finale of Daredevil Born Again, Straight to Hell. So let's go ahead. Let's review Straight to Hell right now. Because what? Well, the hell with it. Let's do it. Hey guys,
Hey,
What's up?
how's everyone doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Good.
Well, here we are, season finale.
that was it.
Craziness.
And before we break it down, I got to go on ahead and do my WWE thing for like the season finale. This is it.
WWE, what's that? Tell us all about it.
Okay. This episode of Daredevil Born Again review is brought to you by the WWE store. Because if you're going to throw hands like Matt Murdock, you might as well look good doing it. Whether you're brawling in Hell's Kitchen or just arguing over the remote, WWE Shop has all the gear you need to feel like a champion. Rock the same intensity as Kingpin with a Roman Reigns head to the table shirt. Or channel your inner vigilante in a John Cena You Can't See Me Never Give Up hoodie. Perfect for those late night rooftop justice missions. Use code WWE24 at checkout for absolutely nothing because we're not actually sponsored by. Yes, we are sponsored by them. I'm sorry, my split personality is taken over. But hey, it sounds cool, right? So let's go on ahead. Let's review this. So I really have to say,
Sponsor's gonna love that joke.
What? No yeet on that one.
Did the Matrix just reset or something? What happened,
Right.
Doc?
But anyways, guys, we're finally here. We're finally here with the season finale, and I have to say, I really enjoyed the season finale this go around. I liked what I've seen. The first two season 8 was good. Season 9 stepped it up. I mean, not season 9, but episode 9 stepped it up. And here's the thing: I know that this season has been like a Frankenstein kind of season because they had to go in, rewrite some stuff, and they also had to direct certain things that was in the original one and then expand it out to this season. But with episode 9, the directors are coming back to do season 2. So at least we have some cohesiveness now established with the second season. So it's not going to feel like it's all over the place. But I definitely like seeing Matt inside the hospital, and I cannot stand Heather. Heather got on my nerves the second time watching it. I'm like, he brings up Foggy. He's just, oh, here we go again with his problems. How many times do you have to keep on doing this, Matt? Leave Foggy out of this. We don't need to be digging up any files or anything. But no, you just had to go on ahead and do it. Just the way she does the eye rolls just pisses me off because she doesn't have any kind of compassion towards Matt at all or anything like that anymore. And then you would think that she would actually care about him, especially after his apartment gets blown up. No,
Right.
no, we'll talk about that later on too. But what do you guys
Mm.
So I'm hoping that, her getting the job with Kingpin. I'm hoping that puts the kibosh on this relationship, right? Like Matt just goes, nah, forget it. I can't watch you with that dude. So that's what I'm hoping. I don't like her either. I was really impressed with the episode. I have one issue that you and I talked about. We can talk about that when we get to the ending. But
Right.
Overall, I thought it was really good. You pegged it. You premonized. I don't know if that's a word.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I ended up saying that Karen was going to show up at the end. I also winded up
Punisher.
thinking that Foggy was going to show up. He didn't, but I did get that. And then also the Punisher was going to show up. And boy, does he show up. When he
Man,
comes
it
in-
was so great. So great.
Yeah.
I
The
agree
balance
about Heather,
between-
man. Heather right now has the potential to be another Cersei. If you watch Game of Thrones, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She has the potential to be Cersei, but right now she's on the level of what was Walter White's wife's name? Skylar from Breaking Bad.
Yep.
She's there with her now. I don't like her at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to get a Stone Cold Stunner with some stank on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, overall, where we get to with her, I don't like. I think she's obviously. I think her taking that job is the go F yourself to Matt. I really do. I think that is the I'm done with this. But in the beginning,
board
yeah,
again.
I don't know. Huh?
That was in the comment.
Oh,
Yeah, Daredevil board again.
Board again.
Well, guess what?
yeah.
We like the show. I'm sorry that you didn't like the show, but that doesn't allow us not to geek out and like the show. So,
But I think I might have a hot take on that last episode, man. I didn't hate it, but I was kind of underwhelmed.
Thank you.
But that's not really a
Thank
bad
you.
thing, just because I have such high expectations for this show. I love Daredevil so much, man. This season has been, great for me. It's a good callback to the Netflix show, even though, like you said, it's kind of Frankenstein's monster where it's unbalanced. But I was enjoying it, and I felt like, okay, I was being patient because it's leading to something. Okay, there's going to be a big payoff. It's leading to something big, and the highlight was Fisk ripping the guy's face off and Frank Castle.
That was fucked up, man.
Like, to me, those are the two
shit.
highlights, man. But it really led to, I don't know. I just
Nothing.
felt like
Nothing.
Yeah. It was a nothing burger.
I don't know. It
got
led to something to
Fisk
me.
Fight.
but-
Could you imagine if they put Matt in a coma after he had to fight Fisk being shot
Mm.
and Fisk just beats the ever living crap out of him and he has to go into he goes into a coma because of it, and that's where we pick up the
Purgatory.
season. Dude, there's so
Right.
much they could have done with this, and they just literally just let it go. Like
Mhm.
they tie up a lot of stories, don't get me wrong. I really feel like they tie up a lot of stories. But we needed after that. My thing, I still think about that first meeting with them two in the diner. And it's like, no, if you come back or if you come back, I'm coming back. And they both came back. And for 3 episodes now, they've just been saying, we're back, we're back, we're back. And nobody's doing it. I don't know. It just felt so
Well, it's kind of like in The
such a
Walking Dead,
waste
right?
of a good opportunity
Where-
to have a great fight between these two. Like a
Mhm.
great fight. Instead, they let Matt fight some henchmen. Like,
Well, if you think about it, it's kind of like The Walking Dead, right? Where it's like, we're going to war. And then we're not going to war. Not yet.
Right.
But the
Yeah,
whole
I mean,
point
I
is
get
they're
it. We have
both
to have a
back at the
second-
same time. Like they both come back at the same time, and we
Mhm.
don't get that freaking even the Rocky moment where they like, and then they
Yeah.
put like anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, that's
Don,
one of the best
I
shots
totally
in film
agree.
history.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
look, I
great
got the
shot,
shit in the
for sure.
background. Yeah.
Like I would have took that.
That
I
was
don't know.
great.
It just and
No,
again,
Don,
I'm not shitting on
I
the show
totally agree with you,
overall,
man.
like,
I totally
I'm
agree
not-
with you, though.
I'm not shitting on the show overall. I do think this was a decent episode overall. I just feel like the last 5 to 10 minutes are just like, wait, what? Wait, what? This is where we're going? I don't know. It just really
So
felt
I'm going to
like it was
disagree, right? I think
That's fair. Yeah, no, it's fair.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It left much to be desired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. We're getting a season 2, but like, keep us full until we get that
Right.
next season. You know, it kind of left you. I hope I can say this.
I don't know.
It almost left you with blue balls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Like,
feel like
I'm about to blow my nerd load, and then it's like now I'm just sitting with 2 swollen grapefruits, and I'm irritated about it.
But at least your
You know?
grapefruits don't
grapefruits,
look like the
man,
dog
are
from
you have a
Candy
high
Line.
opinion of yourself.
The bottom line is Fish should have been the one that showed up in the hospital. Fish should have been the one who showed up in the hospital, grabbed him out of that bed, and it was on at that point. Like it should have been on at that point. And that's what
Yes.
that would have been an awesome way to do it.
But
I don't know.
Here's the
I don't
thing,
know.
though. How many
I
times do we know that Fisk does show up whenever he needs to show up to whack somebody?
Right.
But think of it like this: he's mayor now. He's not the Kingpin that we knew
He
from
is
Netflix.
not- he don't give a shit anymore.
Well,
now,
I know
dude.
that,
He don't
but
care anymore.
what I'm trying to say is, based off of face value and stuff like that too. When you look at face value, when you look at other people, civilians and stuff like that, some of them might look at him as a mayor, even though we don't look at him that way. It's how other people perceive him. So therefore, for a mayor to walk into a hospital to go toe to toe with a number one, a blind person,
Mhm.
and then also too, he's wounded. That's gonna look
Right.
bad for.
I mean,
for him
I do get
altogether.
that, but
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I think it would have been too soon, right, to have the two of them fight, right?
Well, at least give us a
short
sizzler, a
episodes.
teaser, or something.
No, I like the way it's going,
Me
right?
too.
And
It
I
makes me
would
wanna
because
see
it
more.
could be epic, right? It could be
Mhm.
really be epic when they put this war together, and go to fight together. And to me, that's realistic, right? That's a lot more realistic, because if they're doing what they're doing, it's not going to be, maybe the 8 guys that he can take on his own, and Karen can't do shit, right? So it makes sense that it would be loaded with people, and thank God Matt came to his senses and didn't try to go it alone. I love the idea of them getting a bunch of people together. I guess the Defenders didn't work well, right? It seems like he just call up his friends and goes, "Hey guys, we're back together. We're putting the band back together. Let's go." He's got to start all over again.
Yeah,
So I like that
I think they
idea of these-
retconned the Defenders, right? I think they retconned that.
Right. But here's the thing. I like the idea of these vigilantes coming together again because they represent New York. They represent Hell's Kitchen. So it makes sense for them to come in there, especially Luke Cage and also Jessica Jones, because of the fact that they also, I believe it's at Josie's Bar, though, too. If not, it's still centered around Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think he had his own bar, but
he had his own bar, but she went on ahead and visited Josie's because Luke's bar blew up in season 1 of Jessica Jones, and I watched that right after I watched Daredevil. But still, but what I have to say though too is about this, I like the fact that it doesn't leave me overstuffed. Don't get me wrong, I love eating the buffet, but I also don't want to go on ahead and overdo it and eat everything on there. I like to leave a little extra room later on. So with them going at the end of it, doing it that way, is like, look, I'm injured. This is not helping anybody if I get myself killed. So I need to go on ahead, heal myself back up, and then regroup again later on, because Fisk is going to be expecting me to be there. So, and not only that, but his goons are also going to end up trying to attack me. And it's not good if I'm attacked, if I'm wounded. Otherwise, I'm going to be in that cage with Frank, even though he doesn't know that Frank's there. He's still going to be locked in those cages with the other vigilantes. So that's how I'm looking at it from that perspective, as well from the character's lenses. But I definitely loved how Matt goes into the apartment and he sees Frank there. What are you doing, Red? What are you doing over here? He goes, "What are you called now? You're called the gown." I forgot how he put it though, but he was. I like the back and forth. The back and forth between the two of them was fantastic.
They got great chemistry.
They got good chemistry.
Yes,
they sure do.
And the fight scene with that, where you think that Matt's gonna break whenever he finds out that the killer who killed White Tiger is in that apartment, and he goes, "Do it, Red. Do it. He deserves to die." And so,
it's a good impression.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
He did die, right? He got blowed up. I assume he was wall art.
Yeah, I was on the side with Frank though. Like Matt was doing the whole Batman thing. Like, we don't kill. Nah, tonight breaking one rule, man. Just do it. Just take him out. I was on Frank's side on that one. I mean, any other crime, I've been like, all right, let it go. But dog, you committed, you killed White Tiger like that, bro. You got to go down. You got to go down.
I noticed Matt didn't stop him from killing those guys in there, right? Like he would just yell at him, but in the original series, he'd be like basically throwing shit at Frank to stop him from killing somebody. He just kind of let it happen this time.
At this point, he knows what you're getting if Frank's going to back him.
Right.
So it's like, okay, that's his way of doing things. That's not my way. So I'll leave some people injured and stuff. He'll leave some people dead. So that way they know at least I'm the one who's trying to help while he's trying to send everybody else to help. So therefore, I'll go on ahead and come out of this clean. But I liked how they leave this thing open to where they jump out the window as soon as Matt hears the grenade, and then he used the grapple hook to go down, and then you see the inside. We're like inside the car watching this happen,
right?
And the apartment blows up. I like how we're witnessing it just as the taxi driver, is also witnessing it as well.
Yeah. And what's up with Frank and your girl? Because Matt noticed that too. Yeah, Karen. Yeah, they was giving each other the F me eyes there.
They better not go there.
I said, is Frank and your girl gonna smash?
100%.
I'm gonna be so mad if they do that, right? Because him and Karen, he loves her like a daughter, right? In the other series, he even said, or his wife, right? He was always like, "Oh, you remind me of my wife. She was funny too." But I don't know. I never got that feeling between them. So
I saw it.
I don't know. I picked up on what they were saying when they
I
were
picked-
together and that
Yeah.
and looking for the records. And
mhm.
she said, what did she say? You felt my heartbeat when Frank walked into the room or whatever it was.
No,
and
this is what he says. He said, "I heard your heartbeat when Frank walked into the room."
Mhm.
And she goes, "Yeah,
Right.
but did you hear my heartbeat when you walked in?"
Yeah, but
Oh,
then
is that what she said?
Yeah.
Yes. And he said yes, and
Mhm.
she said he said it must have been the whatever she said before that about the other
Adrenaline.
one. Must have been the adrenaline. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
No,
Basically,
I guess
he's trying to pump the
I
fuse out.
misheard
He
that,
knew
I
what
guess.
she was putting down. He knew what she. If they're not banging already, they're talking about it. they're talking.
And there's a lot of
Yeah.
coffee references, like in this show. There's a lot of coffee going on because remember, Luke Cage. There's always something about coffee.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's right.
But I thought that worked out. I thought the chemistry between all of them really worked out well with that. And then you also have this other thing now too, where Fisk wants to close down the city, and the commissioner's like, "Well, you can't do that." And then everybody else
Martial
is also
law.
martial law. You cannot do that without right.
Mhm.
And so he gets the power guy. I like how after that one woman leaves, he calls him into the office, and you see the little power hat. I'm like, okay, he's about to go ahead and shut the power off the whole entire city.
Yeah.
So that way you can have
Yeah.
martial law.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fisk set all
well,
that up.
That task force is crazy. Yeah, I guess this is a good time to bring up. So, here's my two problems. In general, I love this show. Right, I think it has way more hits than it does misses.
I would
But
agree.
in this episode, there were two things that kind of bothered me. And the first one is that final showdown between Frank and all the guys in the building, right? That's not how Castle fucking does it. He would have had guns all over. He
Come
would have
on.
been
Come on.
shooting up like
Come on.
crazy. And he just walked in, right?
Church.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
it doesn't. I mean, remember in his show, the scene in the prison, right?
Mhm.
All those prisoners, and he just makes mincemeat out of all of them, man.
I wanted to
just
see a Gatling
it didn't
gun.
feel
That's what I
right
wanted to
me.
see.
Yeah, right.
Hey Chris,
That-
we're here, bro. But
Yeah.
we're here because right before you said that,
No,
I was
I'm
just
with
gonna
you.
say I did not like how Frank just walked up in there with no plan or nothing, just walk,
Yeah.
like sheep to the slaughter. And I'm
Yeah,
like, okay,
didn't
he
make
has
any
to have some
sense.
kind
That
of
right there is the other point too. Yes, he would have walked in there with a whole bunch of weapons, no doubt. But he would have walked in there with a plan.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm about to bring up Breaking Bad again. When you all seen Breaking Bad, I'm assuming, right?
I have. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody
Well,
else.
no, I haven't seen the whole thing though.
Shit. All right. Well, okay. Well, I'll
I'll
just
get
say that the main character he has a plan, right? He walks in, you're thinking like, okay, this guy's crazy coming in here with all these people, but he actually had a master plan. Then when the plan came together, you're like, oh, that was perfect. That was perfect.
Right,
That's
right.
what I thought Frank was gonna do, but no, he
Yeah.
just took his beating and sat there still talking shit while they're beating the shit out of him. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, it just didn't make any sense to me, right? That
Right.
just isn't Castle.
It was a cool
So,
scene, but like you said, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like usually Frank is good at planning stuff. This was no
Mhm.
plan.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I guess I'll go ahead and go down there and see what's going on.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, it's
Red is in
still,
trouble.
he still
So-
has, like, I don't know, he still has his background. Like, it's not, I don't know, it's weird how they don't use it. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, he's
Um,
a strategist, I mean, he's a lower tier strategist, like Batman, but just a little lower,
Right.
And
I also felt. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
no, go ahead. I'm done.
I was gonna say I also don't understand. Like, I didn't like the speech he gives to them when he's tied to the chair, right? And they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we all love you. We're your fans." Blah blah blah. And so he's like, "You love me," and he starts going in again. Do you understand my loss? Have you lost like I had?
Mhm.
Right? And so at this point, we know all that. It just felt forced again to me.
Yeah.
I just didn't think that conversation he had was good.
It's like
writing.
recycle. Like it worked in the other part of season 2 of Netflix. So let's go ahead and recycle it through this one. Like,
Yeah,
I thought somebody was going to give him a box of tissues when he was like, you don't know my pain. You don't know how I see the world. I was expecting a box of tissues to come out. He'd be like, hey, you want to wipe your nose? Fuck, who cares?
Yeah, no, I felt the same way. But for the most, it's always great to see the Punisher, right? I mean, I love that dude
Me too.
as a Punisher. He's phenomenal. I just saw him in this movie, The Accountant. Anybody see
I love
that?
The Accountant.
It was really good. I had never heard of it, and then I saw a trailer for the second one, so I went and found the first one, and man, it was good. But he was fun, right? Like it's kind of a different character for him. So it was really interesting.
Actually, we got a Daredevil and Punisher on that one too. We have Matt Murdock from 2003, and then we have, then we also have Frank in 2025.
Mm.
So it's kind of like Ben Affleck was, Daredevil, and then now we have Frank.
Autistic Daredevil.
They have to get him to come back now, right?
I was about to say, is Ben Affleck going to come back for Secret Wars or?
Man, I would love that. No, if he was going to come back, I think it would have been.
They brought Elektra back.
Wolverine. Yeah, it would have been Deadpool and Wolverine. I think. I don't think. So the next Avengers movie, it's either the next one, maybe it's the second one coming. They're getting rid of the multiverse. So if they don't do it soon, I don't think they're going to. I gotta admit, I like Ben Affleck. I know a lot of people don't. You guys probably smack me, but me and my wife were talking about who's your Batman, and I just happen to be doing like a DC Universe marathon. So I had just seen Ben Affleck. He's my favorite Batman, and I gotta say,
I'll still say Keaton, but he's great as Batman. I will give you that. He is a really good Batman for sure.
He's the most badass. He's the most kick-ass Batman.
Yeah.
He plays really close to Frank Miller's Batman.
Sure.
Right? If you guys ever saw Return of the Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like.
But he's a terrible Daredevil.
Daredevil again now that he's not Batman Affleck anymore. You know what I mean?
No, good Batman, terrible Daredevil.
Yeah, he was.
I thought he was good at it.
But I also wanted to talk about the other scene with the commissioner, about how gruesome that scene was.
Holy shit. So
I was not expecting that. It looked like a damn horror movie. The way that they shot that, my wife was like, she goes, that was grotesque. Yeah. I'm like, well, they actually had to step it up from the last time when Fisk slammed that one dude's head into the sliding door of the van. Yeah. So, but man, this is a lot more brutal.
I was imagining
that level. Go ahead, bud.
But I was gonna say, I was imagining that's what Bane did to that one guy, but they cut away from it when Bane took the one guy, and you can hear he did something to his face. I'm assuming that's when he ripped this shit apart. Yeah, Disney, there's no turning back now, man. Disney done went there.
So, every time I see that level of violence in this show, it just really surprises me, because even though it's still a violent show, it's still Disney, and so I'm surprised how far they allowed them to go. This and the other crazy scene was, early on when Matt breaks the cop's arm and the bone pops out, right?
Yeah.
That one was pretty bad, but this was crazy. I thought, he's pushing on his head. I thought he was going to collapse it, right? I thought he was going to crush it. So when that whole thing came off, man, it was just, get out of here, bug. It was so the insects, man, in this room are crazy. My cat ate all the lizards, so now I don't have anything to stop the insects. But yeah. So it was so gruesome, right? That was as gruesome as anything you would have seen in Hostel, right? And I just didn't expect it. And they made it even worse, because I've seen stuff where they tear their jaw, but then the top of his head, it was like his skin kind of shifted on him.
Yep.
It was, I loved it.
It was weird.
I hate to see that guy go. I don't really understand the purpose of his character.
Well, remember, he didn't want to be in it. Baby was actually going to use him for a news report that she was going to do. And you predicted this, though, Chris. You said that he's not going to make it past the season finale.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, he didn't make it.
think I
And
was
I'm
high.
also
I don't
thinking that
remember saying
BB
that.
might actually be on Fisk's side right now. Maybe they're blackmailing her or something. So now she's going to probably be used as a way to basically cancel vigilantism or something.
I don't think she's being blackmailed. The person who got this guy in trouble was that one chick. What is her job? I don't know. The publicist
I
for
think
the
she's like his
mayor or
campaign
whatever.
manager, basically. Like, I think she's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Mhm.
She's
I
the
don't really
one
know
who
what she
turned
is,
the dude
but yeah.
in. She recorded their conversation on her phone.
Yeah.
So that was one of those things where you're like, ooh, it's interesting. Quite a few characters have taken that step where they've gone kind of against the lines they would normally draw, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was I don't know.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I'm waiting for her to die. I want her to die.
For
I don't
sure.
like her. I don't like her. And
I
I'll
just
tell you
want
what,
Heather
that
to go.
mayor guy, isn't he the assistant mayor now? What do they call that? The deputy mayor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That guy
Which
is
is-
creepy. That smile of his, man.
It's my Tony Soprano Jr.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Little
that shit
Tony.
is
Yeah, little
scary.
Tony.
God, that smile. So you guys keep calling him that. Was he the kid in?
No, well, that's Tony. Well, the actor that plays Tony Soprano, that's his real life son, James Gandolfini.
Yeah,
That's Michael
yeah.
Gandolfini.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Well,
Mhm.
he's got a creepy. His dad had a creepy look too, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, when he smiles, right, and he did it especially, and I just keep feeling he's going deeper and deeper. And I said that before that, I think he's going to wind up being another bad guy. I think eventually he's going to personally kill someone. Is my feeling where they're going to take him. But God, that smile he does, and his head is kind of tilted down, and he's looking, and his eyes are up in the corners. That guy's good.
Well, I think we see where this is going, though, where he's going to get to the point where he's going to start smelling his own piss, as my mom likes to say. He's going to try to overthrow Wilson Fisk, and Fisk is going to rip his face apart, too.
I think so, too.
You know?
I said this
For
before,
sure.
Rashad.
You think he's going to
said-
try to take over Fisk? This little.
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah,
he
is.
got
That'll
away
be
with
He had, man, he loves that power.
He loves it. He's sitting in his chair. He's smiling.
Yeah.
He got away with
Not only
murder.
that-
He knows Fisk likes him,
But if you notice this, though,
Yeah.
Rashad, he's got a damn pinky ring like a damn gangster
Right.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah,
already
Then start
changing into
kissing
that.
his ring.
Yeah.
Kiss my
Mhm.
ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's already got
that would
that
be
little
interesting. That would
attitude.
be interesting. But he's
Yeah.
gotten way, way worse. BB, I think she's going to be more like her dad, right? And
Her
I thought it
uncle?
was
Yeah.
very her uncle. I thought it was really clever making that character related to the hell was his name?
Ben.
Ben. Yeah, I really liked his character. Right, I was
Yeah.
really bummed when he died in the show.
What I want to
So
know is
thought
what
it
do you
was
guys think
interesting.
of the vigilantes being captured, and then you got the swordsman from Hawkeye in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I like the fact that we are actually getting some shared stuff within it that wasn't connected before.
Mhm.
So I wonder if Kate might show up with Clint to help with this as well. That's also another prediction I had for season 2.
Man, I love Hawkeye. I love all the guy that everybody else hates.
So
Right?
instead of doing a season 2 of both, a crossover season 2, that'd be.
Yeah, well, I heard somebody say that that it makes sense for it to tie in with the Thunderbolts. You know what I'm saying? With the whole, martial law thing and all that, then all the
Right.
vigilantes being captured. So
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they would
excited.
do that because technically Kingpin can't show up in the MCU movie. So unless they just have him off camera and mention him, but I don't know. I guess they can do it if they wanted to.
Is all this happening
I
during
don't know.
Thunderbolt Ross while he's president? Is that why Fisk is getting away with this?
I don't think this has anything to do with it. I think it's all the power of Fisk
Mhm.
and the stuff that he's doing and the stuff that he's
I
blackmailing
just
other
don't
people
understand-
with.
I
The
mean,
only
I would
thing that-
imagine it is taking place during that same time frame.
Mhm.
It just
Mm.
bothers me sometimes, and again, I know this is so weird to say, but it's like sometimes these shows feel like they happen in a bubble and not in a universe, because if something like this was actually happening in New York City and the Avengers are around and all these people
there we are. Now we can discuss it. Oh,
Like,
man. John and I were fighting on this
nobody ever
question.
just like shows up, right? Like, where is, and I know he's dead, but where is Iron Man? Where is Thor? You know what I mean? Like, where
That
are
was
the
my
people to just
thing.
show up?
But I also
Like,
said
randomly.
this.
Like, that's how you tie them into this. Is you just
Absolutely. I said I had two issues with it. That's my second one, right? Where's Spider-Man, right? Where's, well, the Fantastic
Somebody.
Four aren't in this universe yet, but where are the other Defenders? Although I agree with John, I think Jessica Jones is going to show up. I'm pretty sure I read that she was signed on to the show.
I'm pretty
So
sure
I'm
about
pretty
that,
sure
and
she'll
Iron
be
Fist
one of
might
them.
actually get a resurrection though too.
Like, I know
Because
they hint to a lot of things that are happening in the peripheral and a lot of things that are happening in others, but I want to just see that one moment where somebody just pops in and shows up. Like WandaVision, how did nobody from the Avengers show up and try to calm her down? Nobody tried. Like, they just went to battle with this woman, and they're just like, nah.
I just look at it like,
we're gonna let the regular like army handle this. Like, what?
for
No
me,
way.
this is how I view it as, like, every comic book doesn't connect with everything. Every issue is its own standoff thing. So I'm thinking, and also too, I also feel like having the Avengers in there and stuff like that too might overshadow the Daredevil stuff though too. Even though this is the season finale, you might actually forget about some of the other stuff that happened within the Daredevil thing, and we're not focusing on everything else. I think that we have enough with just Matt and Frank right now being involved.
But
Then
what
there
if somebody's
needs
like
to be a
on a
reason,
newscast, like
right?
doing an interview, like one of the Avengers is doing an interview, and they're just like, "No, I think they can handle it." But yeah, we're aware of what's going on. And
Maybe
we're ready to
Jessica
step in
Jones
at
would
any
be.
time. I don't know, just something else where we can see the outside world.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's
I mean,
I
to play devil's advocate here, like the Avengers only really deal with extinction level event type situations where Daredevil's more like street level. So I don't want to say it's beneath them, but it's beneath them. So that's why you have the Defenders, who's like a street level version of the Avengers. You know what I mean? Because you think they're gonna get Hulk and Thor and Iron Man to deal with Wilson Fisk? They're like, nah, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Frank, y'all take care of that. We gotta deal with aliens and shit. You know?
Right.
We don't have time
Spider-Man,
to
right? Spider-Man street level. Right.
I don't know.
I mean,
He's
a local dude. Here's the thing: if they're not going to do it, right, there's got to be a reason. That's the thing. If they're not, and I get what you're saying about the Avengers, but then there are so many superheroes in this friggin' universe now.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
There's so many, and if you're not going to bring them in, you have to have an explanation why, because it makes no sense that all these other heroes wouldn't convert. New York City is under martial law. Dude, the superheroes
have you
will
seen
be
that little
coming
like
in
gif
droves.
of the little meme of all the different heroes in New York City, like in the MCU? Like there's like 40 of them that are like, so, and these are low level, not even like the big.
Well, I agree. Spider-Man should show up in season 2. Like that to me should be like, that's inevitable because he's in New York City too. So him and Daredevil, they cross over in the comics, they cross over all the time. So it makes sense for Spider-Man to show up. But like the rest of the Avengers, nah.
Oh no, and that's fine. Like I just meant the Avengers as a like just anybody in the MCU other than who's in this contained show. That's all I meant. Like it can be Spider-Man. It can be. It could be freaking the new Falcon from Captain America. The new that dude. Like have him show up. Like he's a low level dude. He's nobody now.
Yeah,
he's Sam back in Avengers. Like
he's nobody now. He's just Captain America.
He's nobody until he takes the serum. He can never be Captain America until he takes the damn serum. I don't know what his problem is.
Right?
I just
went up against Red Hulk, but he's nobody now.
I don't know. And again, I'm not hating. Like I'm not, because I do love all. Like WandaVision is my favorite MCU show they've done so far. I love what they do with these things. It's just sometimes I do wish that, like, if Wanda's going through this midlife crisis and she's destroying a town, there is no way that Cap doesn't show up, or somebody. I mean, just somebody would show up. Like, dude, we just went through war. What are you doing? I don't know.
Well,
weird shit. I don't know. It's just weird things to me.
You're onto something with that one though, John, because I wanted Doctor Strange to show up as a guest star on WandaVision, like in the 1950s. Like, hey, how you doing, Wanda? Guess what? All this shit that you're doing is because of you. And do like everything that was in that one comic. I forgot what it was, where she winds up taking a fifth or a tenth of the mutants. What's that one called? I know you know, Rashad.
Right? Isn't that House of M?
I don't know that one. I wish I had
House
my
of
boy
M.
here. He would,
House of
he
M.
would know it.
Yeah, it's House of M, right?
Yeah, I wanted a House of M kind of style show for WandaVision. Just have him show up. It's like, and make her go through every single memory that she had, and let him be like the psychiatrist going through everything, and then let that be the breaking point of WandaVision, and not have it bleed through that last Doctor Strange movie.
That was perfect. That was great.
The multiverse of bullshit.
Don't be slamming on
I didn't
Sam
like that one
Raimi,
either,
dude.
Rashad. I'm with you.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. I did like it first viewing, and then when I watched it again, I said, "Yeah, I was tripping." Because when you watch something with a big crowd, it kind of messes with your psyche, and you're like, "Wow, this movie is awesome!" Because everybody's clapping, everybody's cheering, everybody's into it. And then when you watch it by yourself, I'm like, "This is not very good."
I've seen it twice in theaters, and the first time, I'm like, okay, maybe it's just me. I was in a theater with maybe 10 people. Like maybe it was just because of the crowd that I had. So I brought my wife to go see it, and nobody really was clapping. No one was really into it. I'm like, okay, it's just not me. It's not just the crowd. There's just something wrong with this movie for me not to enjoy it. Yeah. So because I always go into the thing like, I don't go into it like hating the movie or anything like that. I go into it with erasing all my expectations, erasing all theories, and let the movie be the movie. And sometimes I question it. I'm like, did I not enjoy this as much as I thought I did?
Right.
Is there something wrong with me as well? Just overanalyzing my own self, my own insecurities about something that I should be happy about, but I don't. Well, and that's why it makes it hard to review.
Yeah. Well, it's called the multiverse of madness. You know what I'm saying? So when you watch a movie like Everything Everywhere All at Once, that was what the multiverse of madness should have been. When you watch, like, that's a true multiverse of madness movie. If any of you seen Everywhere, how you say it? Everywhere All at Once, whatever.
Everything.
I watched that. That was
I'm
great.
tired. Yeah. That's the multiverse of madness. That one was more of it was like a slasher movie. Like Wanda was just a straight up slasher. And
it was directed by Sam Raimi. Director, right?
Yeah, it was Sam Raimi.
At first, whenever I heard Andy Muschietti was, but whenever I heard that he was going to be on there, when what's his name? Not Andy Muschietti. I know that you know the director, Chris, that directed that one, Sam Raimi. I knew when Sam was going to get on this, I'm like, okay, this is cool. Maybe they might actually bring in Nightmare for this, and maybe because I was actually hoping for Nightmare as the villain,
right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go erase my theory about that. Now it's going to be what it is. Yeah. But still, I did not enjoy it.
It's the same. Like his stamp is all over that movie. Like every Sam Raimi trope that he does is in that film, but it didn't feel like a multiverse of madness movie, you know. Then
it felt like a Sam Raimi movie.
It felt like a Sam Raimi movie, yeah. Then when the Illuminati came in, I'm like, dog, like when Black Bolt showed up, everybody cheered. I'm like, oh shit, y'all know who Black Bolt is? And they just totally wasted him. I'm like, did the writer not realize how powerful Black Bolt is? And for him to go out like that, and then you take out Reed Richards, the smartest brain in the Marvel universe. I'm like, dog, they dissed those characters. I didn't like it.
They disrespected the hell out of all of them.
They disrespected all of them.
They did.
Professor X, but especially Black Bolt.
I want to get into the post-credit scene with Frank now. Did you see that one, Rashad? The post-credit scene?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't know that there was a post-credit scene until I seen it on Facebook. I'm like, okay, so I fast forward the whole entire episode. I watched it, and I liked the fact that I had a feeling that you're not going to go ahead and have Frank being locked up. He's like a pit bull. He's going to find a way out.
Right.
And he
How
does.
do you not know he's gonna fuck you up? Like, there's no reason for him to be nice to you in that moment. And he's trying to have a conversation. I'd be like, man, if you don't shut the fuck.
Like, I thought the same thing. He wants to shake your hand. You know, I'm like, are you a moron?
Okay.
There's no way. It's like that Austin Powers. Like that, Yeah, it's like the moment Austin Powers when he's like, "Look at you, you don't even have a name tag."
Well, I mean, they all did idolize him, though. I mean, even though they beat the shit out of him, but they still all
Yeah.
like really idolized him. So
Yeah,
Never
but I
mind.
like
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
I like
I
a
get
lot.
it. I get it.
he was
just funny.
he was
It was just funny 'cause
he was fanboying out. That's all.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah.
no way I'm doing any of that in that moment. Ain't no way.
No,
I thought that moment was good,
didn't
though.
make
I mean,
sense, but I still loved it. Right? Just
Yeah.
to
Oh,
watch
no, it's great.
Yeah.
It was
one
great.
last shot of Frank on the go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
That sounds like a
my
good
second
drink, Frank
favorite
on the go.
Punisher.
Oh,
What's that?
No, I say
So
yeah, he's my second favorite Punisher. I still say
Who's
this
your
may be a hot
favorite?
take. I still say Dolph Lundgren is the best Punisher. I'm sorry. I love Dolph Lundgren as that character.
You gonna take him off your guest list?
geez.
Man, Dolph Lundgren. So you know who I really liked, but this
That's
Punisher,
dope.
I think I like this Punisher best. But
Yeah.
did you see Punisher Warzone? I don't remember that guy's name. Ray something.
Oh yeah, Ray
Yeah.
Stevens. Ray Stevens.
Ray
Stevens.
Stevens. Yeah.
Yeah, Ray Stevens. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was good. No, he's the most
Yeah,
comic
I liked
accurate.
his a lot.
Yeah, he's the most comic accurate Punisher. I'll give him that. But Dolph Lundgren, come on, man. The dude just has the physicality of Frank Castle, man. Because in the comics, Frank Castle's a big dude. You know what I'm saying? Frank Castle, he'll shoot you up, but he can snap you in half too. Dolph Lundgren has that. John Bernthal, I love John Bernthal, but he doesn't look like he'll, pick you up over his head and like snap you in half.
Man, he does.
I don't
with his
know. I
shirt
mean,
off.
I think he
Holy
could.
shit.
He's
That guy
a pretty
is
big dude.
friggin' built, man.
Dude, talking about John Bernthal?
Yes.
He's a pretty big dude.
You watch him with his shirt off and
Against
know,
Ivan Drago?
I got him up.
Oh no,
with his
he's not
shirt
that
off. Yeah,
big. But
that's where I'm
he's
No,
going.
but
he's pretty big for yeah.
And come on, and
Guy is
he
cut as
rode a
fuck
motorcycle
as-
in the sewer, man. Come on. He rode a motorcycle in the sewer. That's bad. Dolph Lundgren's always gonna be
for
my
me,
Punisher.
okay, this is how I rank my Punishers. I got
Right.
Brenthal as number 1,
Yeah.
Thomas Jane is 2.
That is the worst movie. Oh man, that
I'm about
movie
to
is
say,
so
yeah,
Even
hard
that's
though,
to watch.
hey,
me.
I like it. I know, but
Oh,
hey, I like
It's
it
like a
for what it is.
torture film, man. It is so rough. Like I like most of it, but that scene with all the fucking piercings, and then at the end with John Travolta being dragged a mile on fire, right? You're just like, God damn, man, they are beating some people up in this thing.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, even the Russian, they had the Russian in there too.
Oh yeah, Kevin Nash. Yeah, that was my favorite
Kevin
part.
Nash.
Yeah.
I have Ray Stevens as my number
Yeah.
4, and then I have Dolph Lundgren as number 5.
Yeah.
So you put Dolph Lundgren last?
Uh-oh.
Nah. Listen, I get it. It's not a very good movie. It's just
Right.
it's multi nostalgia for me, man. Because
I got you.
gotta think, this is 1989, so at the time Marvel wasn't putting out anything. The last Marvel movie we got prior to 89 was Howard the Duck. All right.
I love
So,
Howard.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
as a
me
big
too.
comic book fan, to see the Punisher in the video
I got
store,
you.
I was like, So-
Here's the thing, Rashad. I remember going to Blockbuster to rent the Punisher movie with Dolph Lundgren. And
yeah,
I also played the video game on the Sega
yep,
as well.
yep. It
I
was a
rented
big
that from
deal.
Blockbuster too.
Yeah, that was a big deal. at
And
the
I was
time.
so psyched up for it. And I also read the comics. And it just kind of let me down as a kid. I need to go back and revisit it. I haven't
Mhm.
revisited as a kid.
right.
So maybe
Yeah,
looking
that
back
one
as
too.
an adult, maybe I might actually enjoy it.
Fair.
Probably
So-
not.
First of all-
It hasn't aged very good. I'll be honest with you, but like I said, just for nostalgic reasons, I love watching it. Like the whole motorcycle in the sewer thing is ridiculous. He doesn't have the skull on the chest. There are no characters from the comic book in the movie, and it does really
Right.
show its budget because it was a low budget action B movie, but it just happened to be called The Punisher. But
Right.
I love watching it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I think, man, I would kill if they would put Howard the Duck in this army, right? No, don't shake your head. Howard the Duck
I love Howard.
is kick
but
ass. This
the
guy,
tone does
you have
not
no
match.
idea all of the things he has done. He was Iron Duck, right? He was Duck Strange. He was possessed by fucking Kiss and became the Duck of Satan.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, dude. And he ran the Howling Commandos in during the Marvel Zombie Wars.
And this is all in the comics, the Marvel
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah. He kicks ass, man.
I've never
He
never
was
read a Howard the
Deadpool.
Duck comic.
He was
Me either.
Deadpool Duck.
Yeah.
Really, you guys missed it. And you know, it was a very political comic. Like when I was growing up, I think I was reading it when I was 13 or 14, right? This is funny. So there was a write-in campaign for Howard the Duck. So in the comics, he runs for president, right? And
That part, yeah.
he became a write-in on, and I don't remember who the guy's name was, but Howard the Duck got more votes than one of the candidates in in the running for president.
Oh shit.
That's right. He's badass. That duck will kick some ass, man.
Damn.
You ever play Legos Marvel superheroes? They give you Howard the Duck with a friggin' missile launcher.
And he almost slept with Leah Thompson. That's a bad boy.
He would have. That was they didn't handle that well because he would have banged. He was banging the shit out of Beverly. He was.
Oh god.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Well, John, let me ask you, man. So I know you wasn't a big fan of the '89 Punisher movie, but do you think it was worse than the Captain America movie that came out like 2 years later?
Oh, Lord. The Punisher was a lot better than the Captain America one we got. I remember actually, get this. I remember I was so much into like the Captain America Marvel stuff and things like that too. I remember all those cheesy 80s movies that we got, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm excited for this. And then I'm like, this is lame. Yeah. Especially this.
He had the rubber ears. He had the fake rubber ears outside of the mask.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was.
I actually have it on a VHS tape somewhere
from them.
What's that?
So I like the Spider-Man show from then. You know, I don't know.
Oh, the the Amazing.
No, it was like I don't know. It was in the 80s or maybe even late 70s.
Yeah,
I like the live
Spider-Man with like
show?
yeah. It was.
Where he had the wool webbing.
Yeah,
right. He would shoot out like rope. It was like laundry
it was like
line
webbing. Yeah,
yes,
bad.
Yes.
That was terrible.
It was so bad.
Man. Not when you were a 12-year-old kid, man.
I get it. I get it.
Nah, even when I was a shorty, I remember hating that because they used to have they came on back to back. You had the Incredible Hulk and then Spider-Man, or vice versa. But they came on back to back though. So it was Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk, and then Wonder Woman with Linda Carter. Right. And I would watch Wonder Woman because I thought Linda Carter was hot. I watched the Incredible Hulk because Lou Ferrigno was like God to me at the time.
My brother loved that one.
I love the death of the Incredible Hulk. I love everything with.
Yeah,
I remember my mom and dad recording that for me for the death of the Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
They recorded it on VHS for me, and I watched that tape like nonstop.
It's hard for me to watch that just because I know at the time Bill Bixby was sick, and you could see it in the movie. You could tell he was dying, and then of course the Hulk died at the end of the movie. So I'm like, I watched that. That was a one-time watch for me. I couldn't watch it again.
You see, I didn't know anything about that as a kid. So me experiencing this as a kid, I really enjoyed it. I need to go back and watch some of these old ones and everything. And maybe we should do like a rewatch of like a watch party stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, as far as like the made for TV movies, I think the best one is not the one with Thor or Daredevil or Death of the Incredible Hulk. It was one called Married, where I want to say it was between maybe season 1 and 2, but it was a made-for-TV movie where he actually gets married and dealing with, being the Hulk and then trying to be a husband too. And it was just written so well, but it's so underrated. Nobody talks about that. But if you get a chance, check that one out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before I close, I just want to say this real quick too. Like I posted this picture, like the hey Karen, you asked me to do a favor, I did it. Thank you.
Right.
Well, anyways, so I ended up posting this meme on social media. I said, today, while pursuing social media, I learned that there's a name for the Karen. Frankship, and it is Casel. Now you have to know this. Do with this knowledge what you will.
Okay.
I don't think
Is
any of
Kaisel,
us knows
like,
what the hell you're
Karen?
talking
Oh,
about.
I've completely
Yeah,
heard about
yeah.
that.
We're all
I
lost.
wouldn't
I
look
can
my
see
head.
their faces. I'm pretty
I'm
sure I look
lost.
the same way.
Yeah,
Never
that shit
mind.
went-
Never
That's,
mind.
that's one of those things
Karen,
that's so
Kaisel,
brilliant. It's
Karen,
over.
Kaisel, KASPLE for shipping them together. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't get any better once you know what you're like. After you explained it, it didn't get any better.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well,
That's
I
like
was-
somebody trying to explain the movie Nope to me. That I still don't get that movie.
I don't either. I didn't like that one either. But anyways, guys, I
Yeah.
think that's everything that we had wanted to talk about besides my bad pun that I was trying to make. But
Wonk, wonk, wonk.
but my question for you guys watching and our audio listeners too, and you guys can also geek out with me on Spotify and stuff like that, and I'll comment as well. And tell us what you think. Did you like Daredevil Born Again? Did you think that the last 2 episodes were good? I know this was a Frankenstein style of way of doing a show, but
It was.
I feel like at the end, though, I mean, they delivered it to us at the season finale. As long as the payoff is fine at the end, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what else we have coming up as far as Daredevil season 2. They're right now filming. It should be out next year. Everybody was complaining because of the fact that that is going to be released next year. I said, look, I had to wait 3 years for the damn Sopranos.
Yeah,
So
they're
you
good.
don't have no right to complain.
Yeah.
We had to wait
Yeah, I'm a
30 years
Doctor
for
Who
Stranger
fan.
Things, you know?
Yeah.
So,
By then they'll be in the nursing home.
right.
But anyways, Rashad, do you have anything coming out like the bitch in the yard or anything, or what you got?
Nah, the bitch in the yard is behind me. That's in hindsight now. I never want to see her
Okay,
again.
no problem.
I will be seeing Sinners tomorrow. I'm watching that in Dolby, so I'm excited about that. And one of my YouTube brothers, he put me onto this movie called The Ugly Stepsister. He was like, you need to check that out because he said it was worse than The Substance as far as nastiness. And The Substance was like the most grossest movie I've seen since The Fly. You know what I mean? So I want to check that out this weekend as well. So I should be having a review for both those movies this weekend, and that's about it right now.
Okay.
Awesome.
What about for you, Don?
Nothing right now at the moment. Still working on stuff. So yeah. Check out everything I've done before.
Okay, no
Check
problem.
out my catalog.
Okay. What about for you, Chris? I know that you're working on that Doctor Who.
Yeah, I started a script on it, and it's dude, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so awesome. But and then I also have a book coming out in June or something. I don't know.
Oh, I forgot to mention, WrestleMania. This is WrestleMania weekend, so yeah, I'm going to be reviewing WrestleMania as well, nights 1 and 2. So I should have that up Sunday. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm
And
pumped for
by the
that
way, you can also sponsor my show on your WWE review as well to help
Okay.
me out. I'm kidding.
one. Yeah, no, I got you, man. No, seriously,
Okay.
I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
By the way, you can find Rashad's links in the description below as well, Chris and Don's. But here's the thing. Rossi will be doing a show on Wednesday nights with Don and Jason. They're going to be covering The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2. I did Episode 1 with Don and myself yesterday, matter of fact.
Yesterday.
So I have that. I am going to be doing a Sinners review coming up whenever I go see it. Monday, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be interviewing a director for Die Like a Man. So I'm going to be, I already put the review up. Check that out. But yeah, that's everything here at Movie Lovers Unite. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and listen to the audio only podcast of the show where you guys get your podcast from. And visit my friends over there. And don't forget to buy yourself some merch and treat yourself, even though your wallets tell you not to do it. And always until next time, bye-bye, guys.
Yes, sir.
And this has been a pleasure.
Ciao.
Ciao, guys.
Yeah.